Day 8. Noah builds an ark. The world God made quickly filled with more and more people. God saw all their bad deeds. They cheated and stole and lied. God was disappointed in their behavior. He was sorry he had made them, so he decided to start over. God planned a great flood. He would let rain pour down until it drenched the land and drowned the people. But there was one man God was pleased with. This man was good and kind-hearted. His name was Noah. God told Noah about his plan to flood the earth. "You have made me happy," God said to Noah. "Because of that, I will save your family from the flood." Then God told Noah to gather up the thickest, strongest lumber he could find. He wanted Noah to build a boat called an ark. God said, "Make it big enough to hold your family and at least one male and one female of every kind of animal on the earth." Noah did just as God asked. He worked all day and all night, hammering wood planks together and building the biggest boat the world had ever seen. Day 9. The Great Flood. After Noah finished the ark, God gave Noah 7 days to load all the animals and supplies. Noah made sure to have a special place ready for each kind of animal. He packed the ark full of food and supplies. Then the rain began. First a pitter-patter, and then a torrent. The dry land was covered in water. Noah knew the time had come for God's great flood. Noah went into the ark with his wife and children. Then the animals marched inside, 2 by 2. The animals crawled into their stalls. Everyone was glad to be safe on Noah's ark. Noah made sure his family was on board. Then he counted all the animals. Yep, everyone was there. They were ready to go. The flood rose higher, and God closed the door to the ark. Day 10. 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Rain poured down for 40 days and 40 nights. The flood was so deep that it covered the highest mountain peaks. Nothing on the land survived. Only Noah, his family, and the animals were saved. God was watching over them. When it stopped raining, Noah sent out a raven in search of land. The raven came back, unable to find a place of dry land anywhere. So Noah sent out a dove. The dove returned just like the raven. But when Noah sent the dove out a second time, it returned with a branch from an olive tree. The bird had found land. Then Noah sent out the dove one last time, but this time the dove never returned. "I have ended the flood," God said to Noah. "You can leave the ark now." So Noah opened the door and called everybody out of the boat. Each of God's animals stepped off the boat, stretching their legs and sniffing the clean, fresh air. It felt good to walk on dry land after so many days on the swaying, shaky sea. Day 11. The Rainbow's Promise. God gave a blessing to Noah and his sons. He said to them, "May you have many children and grandchildren. This will be the land I will give to your families for generations to come. I saved you from the flood because you have been faithful and obeyed my commands. Now I will make a promise I will keep forever. I will never send another flood to destroy the earth again." Just then, the sun broke through the rain clouds. A beautiful rainbow full of bright colors shone in the sky. God said, "The rainbow will be my sign to you that I always keep my promises. Every time you see a rainbow, remember I am with you. I will never leave you again." Day 12. The Tower of Babylon. Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, had children, and their children had children too. Soon the world was filled with people again. Some of them settled in a place called Babylon. The people in Babylon decided to build a tower so high that it would reach heaven. "We will be famous, and God will be pleased with us," they said to one another. But when God saw the tall tower, he was not pleased. he saw that the people of Babylon were no longer humble servants. Instead, they were proud, believing they could reach God with their high tower. He punished the people by giving them each their own language. No one could understand each other anymore because all the languages created a confusing babble of sounds. The tower could no longer be finished. They were too busy arguing in all their different languages. Day 13. God chooses Abram. Abram was one of God's special people. He lived in the city of Haran. One day God said to Abram, "Leave the place that you come from and go to the land I will show you." Abram trusted God with his whole heart. He loaded his camels with all his belongings and left home with his wife Sarai and his nephew Lot and all their servants. They traveled through the desert hills with only God as their guide. When Abram and his family came to the land of Canaan, God said, "This land is yours. It will belong to your family forever. I will bless you and all the people in your family that come after you. Everyone on earth will be blessed by your life." Abram felt very thankful, so he set up an altar in the desert where he could worship God. Then Abram and the rest of his group journeyed onward. Finally, they came to a place they liked and pitched their tents and settled. Day 14. The Promise of God. Abram was growing older. God had given him many things, a good wife, land, and animals. But there was one thing Abram wanted that God had not given him. Abram wanted to have a child with his wife Sarai, but God had never blessed them with one. Now they had wrinkles and gray hair. They had given up hope of ever being parents. One evening, God said to Abram, "Your name will be changed to Abraham, because you will be the father of many nations, and your wife's name will be changed to Sarah. Look at the brilliant night sky. Can you count the stars? That is how many descendants you will have." Abraham said, "I trust you, God. You have already given me everything I could ask for. But how can I be the father of many when I have no children?" God answered, "You will have a son with your wife Sarah, and everything you have will be his." Abraham could hardly believe it, but he had faith. He got down on his knees and thanked God.